Spencer Lazara MMA interviews here at Kings MMA alongside Kelvin Gastelum. Fresh out of training here. You're a week and a half out from this fight, man. You got to be chomping at the bit to get back in there. Chris Weidman, of course, a game opponent. Talk about facing him and, of course, the training that you get here at Kings MMA.
Yeah, man, just getting done, like you said. It's good to see you, brother. And, man, you know, the training here at Kings has a reputation around the world, I think. You know, you come in here, you leave your ego at the door, and you make sure you put your hands up and you are ready to fight, because it's a fight every time you're in here. You know, there's a bunch of monsters that I get to train with every day. I mean, there's Lyoto Machida, Marvin Vettori, Fabrice Verdum, Shogun Rua comes in here, Alberto Mina. I mean, these guys are all monsters. And so it's never an easy day at Kings MMA, you know. So I'm real glad to be a part of this team because of the reputation. You know, I like it. I like that it's that hard because it has a reputable name. I mean, it's something reputable to be proud of.
And you're obviously winding down a little bit, though. How do you kind of make sure that you're kind of, you know, getting things ready for the actual fight, though, you know, in this environment?
Yeah, I mean, we're also smart about it, you know. Even though there's a lot of, you know, we go balls to the walls, there's a method behind the madness, and Master Cordero knows exactly how to manage that, you know. I mean, I'm learning as well. Been here almost over a little 2 years, so I'm learning the system, learning how everything works. And like I said, I'm learning, you know, how the method behind the madness, so we're able to manage it.
You're fighting him kind of in his backyard out there in New York. Does that have any play into you wanting to go in there and kind of take him out in his own backyard?
Well, that's extra motivation, you know. I went over to Brazil and fought Vitor in Brazil. You know, now I'm going over to Long Island, right in his backyard. He said he lives 10 minutes away from the Nassau Coliseum where we'll be fighting. So, you know, all the pressure's on him, to be honest. All I got to go out there, all I got to do is go out there and perform like I know I can, like I know I did in Brazil. I just got to go out and perform. You know, I feel like all the pressure's on him, his backyard, in front of all his family. Possible fourth fight, fourth loss in a row. The pressure's on him.
Yeah. And, you know, 5-round fight. Do you do anything really different for that, or is it kind of the same as a 3-round fight?
No, I mean, obviously we try and prepare the best that we can, but usually it's the same for me. I prepare for 5-5s. It's the second time in a row, second camp in a row that I prepared for 5-5s, and it's not the first time either. So, you know, we make minor adjustments, but not really. And
the weight, of course, is something we just saw. Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
Miss weight again. You know, you've had your issues at 70 now. You're happy you can eat a little more at 85 and not worry as much. But how do you make sure something like that doesn't happen? I mean, are you still cutting a lot of weight to get to 85?
Yeah, no, not at all. I walk at 187, 188 the week of the fight. So I'm happy, man. I eat whatever. I mean, not whatever I want, but I mean, I eat. I'm happy, and you know, my tummy is happy. Then I'm a happy man.
We've seen a lot of people at 70 or at a lower weight kind of go up and do really well kind of at that higher weight. Now, you did really well at 70, but do you feel like a lot better, a lot different at 85? Do you feel like, you know, a lot of guys seems like they can take a little more punishment and it doesn't affect them as much? Things like that we've seen. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I feel great. You know, I don't have to cut all that weight, but at the same time, I haven't found the way to make the weight healthy at 170 pounds. You know, and it's taken me a while to know my body. It's taken me a while to learn about nutrition. You know, before I got into MMA, I mean, I was green. I knew nothing about nothing. So. It's just taken me a while to learn, and my whole career has been that. It's just me learning as I go. So, I mean, you know, it's just me learning and growing every time.
Thoughts on the middleweight division? We saw Gegard, a big name who's been winning a lot, head over to Bellator. Kind of good for you, I guess. You move up a spot in the rankings here, right? I mean, a win here, and you're right in that hunt. I know you really got that mission for gold, you know? I mean, talk about really wanting to get there, and that is the goal here at 85.
Well, that's one less guy I got to worry about, because he was right there, right in the title mix. So you know, that's just another guy I don't have to worry about. So that just moves me closer to my mission for gold.
Yep. And talk about that mission and what it would mean to get there, and where you feel like you're at in that pecking order, and kind of a timeline for wanting to get to that.
I mean, that would mean the world to me, you know. I come from the very bottom, and to work my way up to world champion would mean a lot of obstacles that were overcame, and it'd mean the world to me, you know. And man, it's just I'm working towards it.
You have always been this underdog, right? Like, do you feel like now you're kind of getting that due, and people are really taking you seriously more than it used to be? Because I mean, everyone wrote you off, like fight after fight after fight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like finally, well, not really, to be honest. I feel like people are still writing me off. I'm still riding under the radar.
Still fighting in their backyard, right?
Still fighting their backyard. Still flying under the radar. I don't know if people are gonna take me serious until I win that title. Until they're like, oh man, he's world champion now. You know, like that's crazy. And that's just been the story of my career, man. I've been the underdog in a lot of my fights. I've been written off in a lot of my fights. But you know, you can't measure heart. You know, I got short arms, I got short legs, but you can't measure heart, and I got the biggest heart in the division.
Robert Whittaker won that belt over Yoel Romero. Did it surprise you at all?
No, not at all, not at all. Because I know how good he is. You know, but at the same time, I see holes in each of their games. You know, and Robert Whittaker, he did a great job of persevering through that little injury that he got in that first round. I mean, if everybody heard what he said in his corner, he said his left leg was trashed after the first round. So he did a good job of staying mentally focused, staying in the fight, and persevering through it. You know, and that's what champion does. That's why he came out on top and has that belt around his waist.
Matchup-wise, we haven't seen anybody really been able to put you on your back. Chris Weidman, obviously a guy who likes to do that, but willing to stand. I mean, obviously you don't want to be on your back. I mean, talk about the matchup in this fight and how you see it sort of playing out.
Yeah, I haven't even been close to being put on my back. I mean, I fought against Johnny Hendricks. I fought against Tim Kennedy, who are great wrestlers. And I mean, maybe Tim Kennedy took me down once, and then Johnny Hendricks took me down twice, but I got right back up. You know, I haven't even been close to getting submitted. I haven't been close to getting knocked out. So, you know, I'm pretty confident in my skills coming into the fight. And then against Chris Weidman, same thing. You know, very, very dangerous guy, but I feel like the speed and the agility goes to my side, and I feel like that's going to play a huge factor because he's a little slower, he's a little sloppier with his stand-up.
Yeah, I mean, he seems vulnerable, of course. I mean, he's lost 3 in a row, been knocked out. I mean, you feel like, you know, this gives you a huge edge, and you're just kind of confident going into that, I guess.
Yeah, very confident. You know, I feel like I'm part of the new wave, the new generation that's coming up. You know, you see all these new champions, Cody Garbrandt, Conor McGregor, you see Robert Whittaker now, you see a lot of these new young champions in their 20s just taking off right now, and I feel like I'm part of that new wave, that new generation, and I plan to prove that on Fight Night.
Excited to see it. Any thoughts on who you would want to fight next? Obviously, you're really focused on this right now, but the division, you know, it's right there for the taking, and 5 guys maybe, you know, right there. So who would you want next?
You know what? I've been talking to my manager. I've been talking to my team, and we want to see if we can maybe go down back to welterweight after this fight. You know, and maybe fight the top contender, and maybe even get fight for the title.
Kind of depends on what happens here, of course. But you know, why there? Why 70? You feel like it's more open? I mean, obviously 85 seems like the most stacked division these days. But you know, even with Gegard gone. Yeah. But why 70?
I feel like that's the easier route. You know, I feel like me and Woodley need to run it back. I need to make the weight. I need to make it right, and I feel like I can beat him. I feel like once I get my hands on him, he's not gonna know what to do. Because we fought, 3 years ago, and I was still very, very green, still very immature, still very young. I feel like I'm a completely different monster now that time has passed.
Do you feel like you would have a handle on the weight like that? I mean, you said you're just 87. I mean, it should be, right, a little bit of diet. I mean, what would be the changes that you need to make?
Yeah, it would just, well, I'm making good money now. You know, I can get a nutrition now, nutritionist. So I can afford these things. I can afford to get a nutrition that'll help me out throughout the entire camp and help me with dealing with the weight issue, you know? So I feel like I can make it. I just need to find a way to make it in a healthy manner.
Stay away from mom's cooking.
I gotta definitely stay away from mom's cooking.
After the fight.
For sure. No, for sure. I mean, that's the plan. I want to go back down eventually. I don't know if for sure after this fight, but eventually the 170 title is still in my mind.
Right on, man. Anything else you want to say, Kelvin?
No, that's it. You know, I'm excited for this fight. I'm excited for what's to come. I mean, I feel like I'm just getting started, to be honest. So keep an eye out.
Hungry Young Lion right here. Kelvin Gastelum. Check him out. Main event, Long Island, July 22nd. Hey.